Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Boy in the Moment I Let Go of My Tiredness. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Some days don't start badly, but they don't start well either. They begin quietly, with a tired body and a mind that already feels full before the day even opens its eyes. That morning, I woke up before the alarm rang. The room was still dim, the light outside soft and pale, like it hadn't decided whether to be morning yet. My phone lay beside me, silent but heavy, filled with unread messages, unfinished plans, and thoughts I didn't have the energy to organize. I stayed there for a while, staring at the ceiling, feeling the familiar weight settle in my chest. Not sadness exactly, more like a long, slow tiredness that had been following me for days. Then I heard it. A soft sound. Not loud, not demanding, just the gentle rhythm of breathing. Boy was already awake. He lay curled up near the foot of the bed, his body forming a small warm circle. One ear twitched slightly, as if he sensed my thoughts moving even before I did. When I shifted, he lifted his head and looked at me with eyes that were calm, curious, and completely free of worry. No questions, no expectations, just presence. I reached out and rested my hand on his back. His fur was warm, familiar, comforting in a way words never quite managed to be. He didn't move away. He didn't jump up. He simply stayed, breathing steadily, as if reminding me that nothing urgent needed to happen yet. The house was quiet. No notifications, no conversations, no pressure. Just me, my tired thoughts, and a dog who didn't care how productive or successful I was, only that I was here. Eventually, Boy stood up, stretched his front legs dramatically, and gave a small yawn. His tail wagged once, slow and relaxed. It was his way of saying, "We're awake now." That's enough for a start. I smiled without realizing it. In the kitchen, I moved through my routine slowly, pouring water, opening windows, letting fresh air drift in. Boy followed me closely, not because he needed anything, but because that's what he always did. Wherever I went, he was there. Not in the way, just nearby. When I sat down on the floor with my back against the couch, exhaustion finally caught up with me. I leaned my head back and closed my eyes. Boy came over and sat beside me, then gently leaned his body against my leg. No advice, no fixing, just warmth. In that moment, the tiredness didn't disappear, but it softened. And for the first time in days, I felt like maybe I didn't have to carry it alone. The day moved forward quietly, like it understood that rushing wasn't welcome. Boy and I didn't go anywhere special. No long walks, no big adventures. Just an ordinary day at home, unfolding one small moment at a time. In the late morning, sunlight slipped through the window and spread across the floor like a gentle invitation. Boy noticed it immediately. He walked over, turned around twice, and lay right in the center of the warm patch. His body stretched out, paws relaxed, eyes half closed. I watched him from the couch. There was something deeply peaceful about the way animals rest. No guilt, no overthinking, no sense that they should be doing something else. Boy wasn't trying to be productive. He wasn't worried about time. He was simply enjoying warmth while it was there. Inspired, I moved closer and sat down on the floor beside him. The sunlight reached my hands, warming my skin. Boy opened one eye, checked that it was me, then closed it again. His tail tapped the floor once, softly. We stayed like that for a long time. In the afternoon, I tried to work a little. I sat at my desk, staring at the screen, fingers hovering over the keyboard. The words came slowly. My thoughts wandered. Every now and then, frustration tried to creep back in. That's when Boy placed his head on my foot. It wasn't dramatic. He didn't bark or demand attention. He just rested there, grounding me in the present. I looked down and met his eyes. They were steady, trusting, completely unconcerned with deadlines. I reached down and scratched behind his ears. He sighed, a long, satisfied sound that felt like permission to breathe. Later, when I made tea, he sat patiently nearby, watching every movement as if it were the most interesting thing in the world. When I accidentally spilled a little water, he tilted his head, curious but calm. No judgment, no stress. As evening approached, the sky outside shifted colors, soft blues turning into warm orange. I sat on the balcony with Boy, listening to distant city sounds. Motorbikes passed. Someone laughed far away. Life continued, messy and imperfect. Boy rested his chin on my knee. I realized then that my tiredness wasn't only physical. It came from trying to hold everything together all the time. From feeling like I had to be strong, capable, and in control. Boy didn't need any of that from me. To him, I was enough just sitting there, breathing, being real. And somehow, that made me feel lighter. Night arrived gently, without drama. After dinner, the house felt softer, quieter. Lights were dim. The air was cooler. I lay down on the couch, my body finally asking for rest instead of resistance. Boy climbed up carefully and curled himself against my side. His head rested near my chest, his breathing slow and steady. With each breath, it felt like my own heartbeat began to match his rhythm. I thought about the day. Nothing extraordinary had happened. No big achievements. No problems solved. And yet, something important had changed. I realized I had let go of something. Not all my tiredness, but the pressure to fight it. Instead of pushing myself through the day, I had allowed it to be gentle. And Boy had been there for every step of that quiet surrender. As I lay there, my hand resting on his back, I understood something simple and powerful. Animals don't heal us by doing anything special. They heal us by being exactly who they are. Boy didn't try to cheer me up. He didn't try to distract me. He didn't ask me to explain my feelings. He stayed. In that staying, I found space to breathe. In that silence, I found rest. In that shared moment, I found balance. Before sleep took over, I whispered softly, "Thank you." Boy didn't respond with words. He never does. But his tail wagged once, slow and warm, and that was enough. In our modern lives, tiredness often comes not from doing too much, but from carrying too much inside. We rush, we plan, we worry, and we forget to pause. The story of Boy is not about a dog fixing a human. It is about a dog reminding a human how to be human again. Animals live fully in the present. They rest when they are tired, enjoy warmth when it appears, and offer companionship without conditions. By living alongside them, we are gently invited to slow down and reconnect with what truly matters. Boy teaches us that care does not always come in the form of solutions or advice. Sometimes, care is simply staying close. In daily life, we can apply this lesson by allowing ourselves moments of stillness without guilt. Spend time with your pet without distractions. Observe how they move through the world with acceptance and calm. Let their rhythm guide you back to your own. More importantly, this relationship reminds us of responsibility and kindness. When we care for animals, we are not just giving. They are giving back in ways that quietly shape our emotional health. Respect, patience, and presence are the foundations of a healthy bond between humans and animals. And in that bond, we often find the strength to let go of our tiredness and live more gently with ourselves and others.